Well, hello again, everyone. It's your man, Cowboy Star, coming back at you. That's right, talking about the Dallas Cowboys. Well, the Cowboys owner, Jerry Jones, is feeling as low as a crippled cricket's ass, to use one of his little sayings. The Cowboys arrived at Oxnard yesterday and had a training camp presser. And head coach Mike McCarthy, Stephen Jones, and Jerry Jones were all three there. McCarthy being in the middle of the other two. And boy, was Jerry Jones emotional and sentimental. He blamed his tears and his emotional state because he was happy to be there at Oxnard because, as you know, last year the Cowboys weren't able to attend training camp. Period. They had no training camp in Oxnard. Nevertheless, Oxnard or the Star, anywhere, there was no training camp held because of COVID, and that was a long year. It took a long year to come full circle and get around here to where we are now. But Jerry Jones he's one emotional dude in his old age. I'm telling you, he's saying things that he never would have said before. For starters, like why did he ever in a million years back in the 90s let Jimmy Johnson go after winning two straight Super Bowls? And he said to this day he still doesn't know how he effed that up. And a lot of people say that Jerry wanted Jimmy back, but Jimmy didn't want to come back. He said his 4 years was up, and he couldn't stand being with Jerry any longer than 4 years, and he usually didn't stay at one job more than 4 years. But I think it had a lot to do with Jerry. I can remember being a kid when that happened, or a young man when that happened, and the Cowboys just winning a Super Bowl, all pumped up. And then the next thing I hear is that Jimmy Johnson is no longer going to be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, and that they had a rift between the two and they were parting ways. Man, for a Cowboys fan back in the 90s, I'm going to tell you that was a hard pill to swallow. He also said that after he released Jimmy Johnson from his job, he had called in Barry Switzer, and he wanted Barry to replace Jimmy. And Barry immediately told Jerry, why in the hell can't we get both of y'all in the room together and figure out how in the hell y'all F this up? And Jerry immediately told Barry that, Jimmy was gone and he wasn't coming back. And he said, you're here to interview to get this job. Do you want it or not? And then Barry just was shaking his head. He hated to see Jimmy go after such success. But he actually, and lots of other people in the know with the Cowboys have said that Jerry actually wanted Jimmy to stay, but Jimmy wanted to leave. So we probably never will know. But that was a pretty good way of Jerry trying to get the monkey off of his back after all these years from Cowboys Nation about letting Jimmy Johnson get away. Like I say, we may never ever know. It'd be funny though if Jimmy Johnson had a press conference and he started tearing up and saying that it was all his fault. You never know. Stranger things have happened. But I got a question for everyone. Do y'all think Jimmy Johnson deserves, number one, to be in the Ring of Honor at the Cowboys Stadium? And number two, do you think Jerry Jones will ever let him in the Ring of Honor? And if so, when? That's another elephant in the room that, is kind of being overlooked. I think Jimmy is long overdue to be put in the Ring of Honor. He was a top-notch coach. He was a great recruiter, great drafting coach, and he acquired a lot of players being smart. That was his big deal. He was a smart coach, and he didn't put up with any kind of BS. You were either on the train or you were off the train. That's the way Jimmy Johnson operated, and it proved to be a successful way of coaching. Now, the Cowboys have an upcoming schedule and training camp. I wanted to kind of go over that with you guys. Thursday, which is today, the Cowboys had their first practice. It was just a regular practice. It wasn't a padded practice. Kind of getting oriented with all the players. There's a 90-man roster currently. Of course, it's going to be cut down to 53, but right now we have camp bodies in camp, and you never know. One of those camp bodies might turn into a gym. You never know. We'll find out, but it's going to be interesting. Saturday, July the 24th, is opening ceremonies for the Cowboys at training camp in Oxnard. So there's lots of good coverage. If you're not subscribed to Mike Fisher or 105.3 The Fan, or DallasCowboys.com, one of those three, you are cutting yourself short if you're not. Wednesday, July the 28th, will be the first padded practice for the Cowboys. That's the day that I'm looking forward to. I mean, you can play without pads and practice without pads as long as you want to. But and you can look decent. But when you get in them pads, that's when everything goes down. Okay, that's when the rubber meets the road, so to speak. So I'm looking forward to that. And then of course Thursday, August the 5th, the Dallas Cowboys will travel to Ohio at the Hall of Fame to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Boy, that ought to be a good preseason game. I doubt Dak gets to play that much or any of the starters, but you never know. He might get in for a series at least. Saturday, August the 7th, the Cowboys will then have a joint practice with the LA Rams at training camp. So that will be something to see, and it'd be good to see. As you probably heard, the star running back of the LA Rams, Cam Akers, has a Achilles tendon injury, and he'll be out for the whole season. So be interesting to see if they bring Gurley back or what running back gets in there for the Rams. But on a side note, I didn't know if y'all had heard that Cam Akers has torn his Achilles, and he'll be out for the whole season for the Rams. And that is, let's see, Thursday, August the 12th, the Cowboys will break camp in Oxnard, and they will travel to Phoenix, Arizona, because they're going to get ready to face the Arizona Cardinals in the second preseason game. So far, that's all I have on the schedule, but there'll be upcoming updates on the schedule. They've only put out about a week's notice on what they're going to be doing for the upcoming week. But I do appreciate all the support. We've been working hard over here at the Man Cave, trying to keep things in order and get things updated. So if you could just subscribe to the channel right down there in that corner, I would sure appreciate it. Leave any comments you'd like. And I thank you all for subscribing, watching, and liking all the videos. And it really does mean a lot. With that being said, we'll catch you next time. I'm out.